your longing always takes you towards something. You are longing for something, yes? For union, for God, for happy. And this longing has driven your life. It always, your longing always pulls you forwards, yes? Turn your longing around. Ask yourself, what does this longing arise from? Not where is it going towards?
Okay. Yeah, I know it's this longing for God. I know. I can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. You can't find it anywhere because your longing is to our feelings what attention is to our thoughts. Attention is awareness directed towards an object. Longing is love directed towards an object. Yes? So as long as our attention is directed towards the object, it is facing away from its essence. As long as our longing is directed towards an object, even the ultimate object called God, it is directed away from that for which it truly longs. So your longing for God will take you on an endless journey away from that for which you truly long. So beware of making a persona out of your longing. What you are longing for lives at the source of your longing. It will never be found as an object of longing. You will never, in other words, you will never find it. You will be kept perpetually in a state of a mixture between nostalgia and longing.
I can't even force myself not longing anymore.
What?
I can't even force myself not to long anymore.
You can't
force.
No, you can't force. No, it's only understanding that will bring this dynamism to an end.
So you suggested just now to look inward or ask the question?
To ask, what is your longing arising from? Not where is it going towards?
Okay.
What is its source? What does it rise from? Because that is in fact what you are longing for. But don't I'm reluctant even to say that, because for fear that you will make it into a new object that you are longing for. To long for God is a contradiction. It is only possible to long for an object. So as long as we are longing for God, we are objectifying God, and such a God is not God.
No.
It is a projection of the mind. That's fine in the early stages of our sadhana. It is okay to objectify our goal, because this brings the mind some focus and some steadiness. That's okay in the early stages, but if we stick with this, we become frustrated, as you have become. And we are in danger of making a persona out of our longing. This is one of there are traps, as we spoke earlier on the first night, I think, about the Vedantic and the Tantric path. This is the trap on the Sufi path, that we make an identity out of our longing. Your longing is made out of the very stuff for which you are longing. Remember the Italian monk, Lord, thou art the love with which I love thee. So beautifully expressed. Thou art already the very love with which I love thee, with which I long for thee. But you cannot force your mind to stop longing. You have to hold up the mirror of understanding to it.
And by asking, where does this longing arise from? Is there fulfillment, reaching it?
But even in asking that question,
It's wrong.
you subtly betray your desire to find an object or a state. This was precisely why I didn't want to name where your longing arises from, because that would become your next goal. Your longing will never be fulfilled. It can only be dissolved.
Okay, then I dissolve it.
What?
I know it has to be
understand this clearly. Your longing will never be fulfilled.
End.
It can only be, no, not end, not ended, dissolved. Dissolved in its source, dissolved in that from which it rises. You are that for which you are in search. Not some extraordinary you that I have some special access to. Just the very you, the very aware being. Or the experience of being aware, or awareness itself, from which your thoughts and feelings arise. That is what you are longing for. But as soon as you turn it into an object, you will compel it to seem as if absent. The more you search, the greater the absence.
So the dissolving will happen when I just am aware.
When you understand what is being suggested here.
Okay.
When you see clearly that you are like a character in a movie, frantically searching the world for the screen. You cannot discipline her search. You cannot force her search to come to an end through any act of discipline. It is only her understanding. I am already that for which I am in search. I will never find the screen in my world. It is that understanding that brings her search to an end. And as her search ends, her mind relaxes, and as it relaxes, it begins to sink back into that for which she was previously longing in the world.